welcome back to another episode of Daily Wrap-Up Crew. As always, I go by the name of Eli, and today we got a special episode. We got a Mother's Day episode, and right here with me is my mom. She means a lot to me. We have an amazing relationship, and it's gonna be. Oh, sure, don't mind that. And I was telling y'all about that. Yeah. So, like I was saying, this is my mom. She means a lot to me, and I'm interested to see what she's going to talk about. So you could introduce yourself.
Okay, I'm Deneen.
Hey.
If y'all want to call me Deneen or Miss Cologne, I prefer Deneen.
Okay.
I'm excited to be here. I'm glad to be able to represent my black son, my black man, my king, and I'm excited to see where this is gonna go.
All right.
All right. As always, we got Keem with us.
Yes, indeed. It's your boy Keem, aka H the Goat. I got my rock with me, my everything, the love of my life. My mom. Introduce yourself.
Okay. So my name is Jackie, and this is my firstborn. And I'm also excited to be here. We will see where it goes. Needy is going to be nice to meet you. Nice being here with you guys, and we'll see how it goes tonight.
All right, and last but not least, we got Jew. My fault, David. Yeah.
It's Jew for everybody else. Don't get it twisted. It's your boy Jew, and I brought somebody that's really special to me. She's not my biological mom's, but she helped me get the character I am today. So the person y'all see, this is the reason why I love her. From my career, my first home, to being my kid's grandmother and everything. You can introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Dawn. David is the son to me. I say he's my last born. I love him to death. I try to guide him the right way that he's supposed to get. The kids I love as my grand as they're my own.
All right. All right, so getting into this first topic. It says, how do y'all feel about women using their bodies as leverage in today's society? Now, the reason where I got this topic from pretty much is, a lot of times in society, especially in the hip-hop industry, you see women really promote using their body to get certain things, resources from men, usually money, So I want to know how y'all feel about that, how that scene is kind of taking over right now with women.
Well, I typically do not agree with women using their bodies to gain or to get ahead or anything in the sort. I am a firm believer in working for what you want, and in that way, men will love you for your whole body, your mind, body, spirit. It doesn't have to do with just showing your body, because that's all that the person is really going to look at. They're not going to look at you for what you have to offer them otherwise. So, some men do favor that, and more power to them. But I believe a woman should work hard for what she wants, and then later on, maybe a man will come by and he will love her for what she can offer him.
Okay. Well, so what say you, Mom?
That's a tricky question because they've been doing it for so long. It's just because of mainstream, the cameras, the fame that you can get from it, we can see it. But women have been doing it so long that if you ask women now that are married, they kind of feel that way also. That's part of the agreement. I'm gonna get money, and this is what we're going to do. But as far as the women nowadays, they don't have role models. So all they see is, if I show myself, I'll get more money. And did you take the picture correctly? I don't like that side. So it's hard, to put someone down because that's what they feel like that they have to do. So
you think it's a lack of representation, women represent positive models, or
positiveness? Because you can be a model, you show yourself anyhow. They pay you to take pictures of you, but you're looking at it like, are you trying to get a man now, or you're just getting his money, or things like that. So it's kind of it's hard to make that balance because you want to, make the money, but what other choice do you have for these young girls? Anyhow, for the younger ladies, for us as moms, we know that we don't. That's not how we're going to present ourselves to a man. But they don't have nobody to show them that there's a different way.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of women may have low esteem about themselves.
Definitely.
That if you don't have that and you want to make yourself look better, no, build yourself up.
But they may feel like that's the only way to build themselves up is going out, showing, using themselves as a way to make money because I have to pay for college. That's how a lot of them start. They paying for college and they're making great money, but
I ain't gonna hold you, mommy, but these are some excuses. Women nowadays, not even in school, they not saying that they're not some women that do that, but they could be married and sending Joe Schmo the thing on Instagram for free. You get what I'm saying? So just to get attention from a guy, and they're already in a relationship. So I mean, I feel like it's partially it could be that, and it could be attention, but it's all negative to me. Especially if I'm with a woman that's doing that. Back in the days, I could consider like women, if they did that for their man. Now it's just it's free.
For every man, I like what you said about you said women were already doing that. Like it's just more. You saying it's more on social media.
It's more on social media.
So my
There's
thing
a
is,
camera now.
My thing is, was it looked at more as taboo back in that era? Because you're saying when you're talking about like prostitution and things of that nature. So that was looked at as more taboo. Like it was like the under, like you know what I mean. It wasn't represented more like that.
No, because there was no cameras. It's all about the media now. They didn't have that back then. They had to send a telegram and smoke signals and whatnot.
I feel like the men is to blame though, because if it wasn't working, they want to do it. You feel me? So I feel like
I agree with
because men are supporting them, showing their body and paying them and checking on them.
I didn't want to say that, but I'm married and. Yeah. So there's you make that.
Exactly. I feel like if they weren't supporting it, then it would stop. But men are not gonna stop supporting it because that's what they like. So,
but the consequences to that is it's only a ride for that moment.
Right.
So if you want respect, you have to have that respect for yourself. If you're gonna let a man walk on you, he gonna walk. You get what I'm saying? So that could only take you so far.
It depends on your price. Everybody got a price.
I mean, you could get paid, but will you get respect, love, unconditionally?
Can I stop you real quick?
Yeah.
Let's. I'm gonna be mainstream now. Cardi B don't got love.
I mean, I love her too now.
All right then, but before she started, before she had a relationship with who she's with now, she was doing her thing and.
She's still doing her thing.
She's still doing her thing. Thank you. Yeah. So does that make she's used herself to get to where she is now, but she's also educated. So it's kind of hard to say.
That's the example for the little girl. Like the little girls, it's like, okay, well, if Cardi B did X, Y, and Z, maybe I could do X, Y, and Z.
But then you gotta look at the success rate in that lane. You feel me? It's Cardi B, but then who else is there? You know what I mean? So it's like you got more names. You got more names.
Kim K. We can name names. I ain't trying to put
but every black boy doesn't believe he's gonna make it into the NBA. At one point, he's gonna know, like, hey, my chances are slim.
But every black boy still goes play basketball.
It's true.
Yeah. So they gonna attempt it. That don't mean it's gonna work. You know what I mean?
At one point, you gotta give up the ghost. You gotta think about something else to do to get ahead. You can't just stick with that. Like you're gonna get old, you're not gonna look as sexy as you were, and you gotta think about something else to get by.
Some other value.
Yeah. So
So do y'all think that's going to change in the future, or is it only going to get worse? Or
No, it's
gonna
not.
get
It's,
worse.
it's
It's
not
going to
change.
get worse,
Yeah.
but
Get
it's up
worse.
to men taking back their role. You know,
meaning what exactly?
the
Not.
same thing that you want from a woman
Mm.
is what you have to give to them. If you want that respect, you have to give them that respect, and you have to carry yourself just like you get that attraction. The attraction, what you put out there, you're gonna get. So when you're putting out that positiveness,
Mm.
you're gonna get it. You're gonna get that woman that has that self-esteem that, okay, I can be by my king, you know, and represent a queen.
I don't feel like it's going to change because for every stand-up guy, it's probably 5 guys that's like.
It's so much easier to do it that way if it's working.
Yeah. So
I think it has to start at home.
Thank you.
That's a good
Because
point.
I mean, I was at a clinic the other day, and there was the grandmother, the mother, and the daughter, and the granddaughter, and they asked me to fill a form out for them, and I'm like, there's a granddaughter here. How come she don't know how to read and fill this form out? So it has to start at home. It has to start at home. You have to the adult has to know how to guide these children and so that they go the right way. It has to start at home. The mom has to be the mom.
That's true, but television, media has so much more influence than home. You know,
And kids
and
having
their
kids.
parents, and
Yeah.
their parents
What you
too.
saying.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
you know, we
and
can
their
we can
parents.
tell them everything that's necessary, but when they look at the TV and they see that, oh, I can make money doing this,
Mm-hmm.
so no, it's not going to change. But you know, each one,
If they got a little
each one,
foundation,
little something.
yeah, little foundation might go a long way.
Yeah.
All right. Well, getting into my next topic. It says, is there a lack of respect for black men, and if so, when do you think it started?
I really think that's a double standard
Mm-hmm.
because it's lack of respect from black women and black men.
Okay. But when do you think it started?
The beginning of
From the
time.
beginning.
You think so?
Yes, for slavery
Word.
times. Yes.
I don't think we've never recovered from slavery to this day.
Yeah.
It's gotten a tad. I don't even think it got better. It just got masked. Like I don't know. It's out here, man. Like
Yeah. It's hard to put a time stamp on it though.
I'm gonna say back to the caveman because they just drug them. You know, that's
So do y'all feel like within the, like you said, there's a lack of, there's no respect for the black man or black woman, you said.
Right.
So y'all feel like that started from slavery? Because I felt like in slavery, we were much more, you know.
Unified?
Yeah, unified. Like, you know what I mean?
so you mean
within our community.
Oh, within
like,
our
you know.
community. Oh, okay.
Well, but we weren't respected though by the white man.
No, they.
Yeah,
He's saying within the black community, when did disrespect for black men start?
Oh, the thing.
When did black women lose respect for black men?
when they couldn't make enough money to bring home to support the family anymore. So therefore, it's been a while after slavery. I want to say because we couldn't get they couldn't get the jobs in order to take care of the family that was home.
Yeah.
So guess what? A man gets frustrated. So guess what? He's frustrated. It brings that negativeness home. Then the woman gets frustrated. Then they start spewing words that's they don't mean, but because they're so frustrated, they can't communicate. They no longer know how to communicate.
And the only person to take out that frustration on is the person that's right next to you.
Right. And the kids.
And the
Right.
kids.
And the kids.
The family. Yeah.
I do feel social media push that even further
Yeah.
because now you can see like how other people are living, right?
Right.
So that adds to the frustration. 'Cause like, oh, well, why did they living like that? Why can't we? Why can't we? You know what I mean? So I feel like she said it started with the money, and now it's just growing because of the money. And
But like, I agree, but you know, we was talking about that earlier about how, you know, the government came and incentivized women to not have the man in the home, and you know what I mean, because
Which they still today.
because of the men that weren't able to provide the money, the government came in, provided that money for them, and now it's like, well, I don't need you per se because I'm getting supported.
Well, it's not more or less I don't need you, but they if they don't show that man is not in the house, then you're not going to get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
That's what it was.
These jobs are not available to the men anymore, so the women had to try to figure out how to support them. I mean, it was bad where I was just telling Elijah that they would come in and see if you had male clothing in your house.
Yeah.
Wow.
And if you did, they would cut you
your
off.
money off. Yeah.
There was no ifs, ands, or buts about it. So that how did it make the man feel? You know,
taking pictures off the wall.
Yeah. You had to do all of
don't
that.
leave anything.
So-
Don't leave any evidence so that they could find it. Because they could come in and search the home.
They did.
Yeah.
That's how you got recertified.
Wow.
You know, but when you see those things, how does it make a man feel? Like I can't even be represented in my home. I can't provide for you. You know what? Fine. Let me just go out here and do other things, and let's just be a pharmacist. Okay.
Do we sell it or we smoke it? Like, you know what I mean? That was the option.
That was the
like,
option.
You know, like,
Yeah.
so I think you had anything to say, Drew?
No, continue.
Yeah, so, as, a black man myself, me, Keem, and Drew, we always, because of social media and we can constantly see the rhetoric, and like Miss Muckle said, it does go both ways because I do see the disrespect on black men part with black women. But you go on social media, all you see is, black men ain't this, black men is that, they don't make money, they don't do this, they bums, so it's a constant, bashing, I feel like, of the black men. And it's never specific. It's always just a general, like they just generalize all black men. So it's just like, because I had certain experiences with this type of guy, now therefore all of the men and
True.
Y'all all of that, like, you know what I mean, which I feel like is unfair, and it makes it difficult for us when we want to, there's a lot of guys I feel like that want to be with black women, want to marry black women, but sometimes that dynamic, that trauma, like I was talking about, with each other makes it so difficult. You know what I mean?
Because in the home, because the mother was hurt. That's what I'm telling my daughter. Don't you let him treat you like this. Right. And you're already spewing negativity into her. So all she has to grow up on is something negative about that man. So, and then her guards are now up because of something your mother went through. Not you, not even you. So now guess what you did? Now you're putting yourself through exactly what your mother went through. So it is hard.
You don't want her to go through what you went through.
Right, but it's the way you say things. If you're bashing him, you're bashing the father or the man in the house. How do you expect for the child to see any positivity in that man?
Or have respect.
So therefore, they go the other way. Man is being respected.
And most black men, we're being attacked by the world from different people of different races or whatever the case may be. We come home looking for peace, and then we only get respect there in our house. So it's definitely complicated for most black men, I would say, in the world.
Right. All right, well, that leads me to my next topic. It says, when did black women, or should I say, are black women too comfortable with being independent? And is that mentality helping or hurting the black community?
We're not comfortable, but we had to step up and do what we had to do just because the man was not around. I don't think we're comfortable. We just did what we had to do. And, women they had to lead the household. They had to take care of the household, the bills, the children, everything. That sometimes they had to go ahead and get educated and, try to step up the ladder to get more money. And I don't know if it's hurting the community. That's a good question. I don't know if it is or not, but I just feel that we're not that we're comfortable. We just had to do what we had to do, and men and women tend to look stronger, I guess, than the black man. But it's not that we're comfortable with it. We just did what we had to
put on
do.
a face.
We
had to
did what
show
we had to do.
so that the kids don't see these things. We have to, do what we have to do to take care of home.
Right, but you're realizing that you're in a new generation, and you want them to be better than what they are, and better than what you were.
You were, yep.
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, just to expound on that again, it's when I talk to my mom, explaining to her the modern, what modern men and women go through. Like my mom, obviously she's married, so she's not on social media. She doesn't see the type of things that we see on a regular basis. So as black men in the modern era, what we constantly hear from black women is, "I'm strong, I'm independent, I don't need a man." So that energy very much carries off into the relationship. You know what I mean? Well, men of other races don't have to hear that from their woman. Their woman is not telling them constantly, like, they don't need a man, they independent, I'm strong, like, you know what I mean? So sometimes I feel like that dynamic, like, we used to be, black men and black women used to be so interdependent. Now we're both so independent where we don't need each other, and I think that's hurting the community, like, so.
But you have a lot of men, too, that you call them Mr. Mom, because they're home while I'm out making the big bucks. And he's home watching the kids, cleaning, and doing things that the woman should do. Get up and go find you a job so that you wouldn't have to depend on that female.
Okay, that's fair.
There are men that's dependent on females. And I don't think men really truly have a problem with women being independent. It just, we used to be the security blanket for your woman or whatever. So if they feel like they can't come to you, you kind of feel useless, especially when they're telling you you're basically useless.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like it's hurting the relationship because people are less likely to fight for the relationship because they're like, I'm independent. I can do this by myself anyway.
Yeah.
Rather than, I need you in my life.
You
feel me? Let me fight for this. You feel me? So I feel like it's definitely hurting with that independent mentality. But there's nothing wrong with being independent. It's just that you got to understand, like, where it's needed, I guess. Like, where it's necessary.
Right.
To, like, if y'all in an argument, I don't need you, it's not necessary. You know what I mean? Like, yeah.
Yeah, that's not gonna help the relationship
at all.
Yeah, that's true.
Because both parties want to feel needed. You know what I mean? So
I definitely agree with that. Well, this is going to bring me to one of my last topics. Miss Muckle, you just said that if a man is home, you said, what did you say, Mr.
Mom.
Mr. Mom, right? You said if a man is home and he's taking care of the kids, do you have any less respect for him if he does that? Let's say he's just there's some guys that's good at staying home with the kids. If that's his role, would you respect him any less for doing that?
Yes, because I feel like he's the man and he should be the one that's bringing home the bread and helping me.
But these are new times, and
it is
like Eli say, black women are out earning black men in this generation, correct? And the system is working effectively to keep black men down. So black women are excelling at high rates, and if she becomes the breadwinner, and I'm holding down my side as, it's 50-50 or 100-100, as you like to say. I'm holding down the house, the home. Yeah, it's generally a role for the female. But
do you feel like you're a proud man to be doing that at home, being a Mr. Mom?
Let's say, for example, I'm married to Rihanna, right? That's my baby. Rihanna, obviously the breadwinner in that relationship, right? If I'm holding down my kids and
look, you're talking about some outstanding money.
I ain't gonna go that far. Let's say my mother, right? My mother has a great job. She's a manager in the hospital, right?
Yeah.
And she can hold down the fort by herself. If she just need me to watch the kids and take care of the house, what's wrong with that?
But there will be a lack of respect, not maybe from her directly, but from your kids, or.
But why you say that?
I mean, no. I mean, like, in general, like, because
kids are not thinking like that until somebody puts that in their head.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying as well. Like, it eventually then fall over when, they look at men for, the masculinity. No. And then it's It's true.
But why is that taken away from your masculinity?
Right,
Because
right.
you cook clean.
Because in
If
the
you
gender
do it better
roles.
You're doing your part.
Women fought for years to eliminate gender roles, but here we are saying that gender role is
It shouldn't
emasculating the
make-
man.
It shouldn't make a difference.
It shouldn't make a difference, yes.
Where the nurturing comes from. If I can take care of you, do me a favor. Make sure my slippers is at the door. You got
The food that comes when I walk in the door.
just like I would do
dinner
you.
ready.
Yes, just like I would do you.
My reply to that is I'm gonna cook something in the microwave like majority of the women now today. That's what they do. I'm telling y'all, gotta listen to me. They making everything in the microwave.
All right. I get
TV
it.
dinners, like,
What meal can you make in the microwave?
But there's so
Man,
many
you
YouTube,
can
there's
make
so
some
many
good moves.
YouTube videos now to teach you how to
Everything
cook. There's
accessible
no
on the
reason
They
for
only
that
want to
now.
learn how to twerk. They don't want to learn how to work.
oh my God.
Can we say that about the men too?
You always got the slogans.
Put that on the
like,
t-shirt.
So how would y'all define gender roles within a marriage?
To me, there is clouded right now because both people could be outside the home working, and you both can contribute. You know, you're contributing financially, then you could contribute at home, cooking, cleaning, handling the kids or whatever. So I think it's kind of blurred because of both adults being outside the household right
So do
now.
you still believe that there are gender roles?
Some people still do. I really don't think you have to have them because
You get in where you fit in.
yeah, you do whatever you can to make the household run smoothly.
Whatever the partner's lacking, that's where you
you
step
pick
up.
up. Yeah,
Myself, I'm not. I don't financially. You know, my husband got to hold that because I go out there and
Go shop till you drop.
yes. So I know what, but cook, I got that. I don't clean carpets. My husband, that's his trade. I'm not picking up a vacuum. No, for real. That's what he does, and he does it very well. Thank you, and I tell you thank you all the time.
Yeah.
So I don't see. I understand what you're saying because back then there was.
Most men are still looking for traditional women because, like, let's say for me, my grandmother was everything I knew, and she was a traditional woman. So the woman I'm looking for is most likely I want it to be a replica of.
But
your grandmother was
Thank you.
home
Yeah,
taking care of the kids. She wasn't working.
yeah, she wasn't working.
Right. So and your grandfather was out working. So then
Yeah.
if you're looking for a traditional woman, that means you're going to be out there working and she's staying home with the kids, right?
I'm willing to do that. And if you are working, and let's say you are working, because I don't want to keep you trapped in home. But no matter what you have to make home good. Like home has to be
Your first
your
priority.
priority. If you work, that's your choice, and if you don't want to work, that's your choice. But home is our main focus to me.
I feel like the traditional woman was made out of necessity. Feel me? Back then, women couldn't work, so all they could do was take care of the home.
Right.
That's not
These-
true.
There was
Woman-
time. There was
There was
time
time
when women could work.
women weren't able to work. But
They had that choice. You can always find something to do. I can bake pies. You know what? Honey, guess what I did? I baked a pie today, and I got 20 cents for it.
You got that hustle on.
Yeah,
that's
thank
true.
you. So I don't have to go inside of somebody else's building
Right.
to want to. And I know a lot of women that did do that.
Yeah.
Case in point, my mother-in-law. Oh, her husband didn't give as much as he should have for 5 children. And she did her little side thing. She sold teddy bears. She did whatever she needed to do to make that family function.
Yeah.
So is there a... No, I
I
think
don't think it's as clear cut as it was back
No.
then.
But, yeah.
It's a little blurred right now.
Yeah, I feel with
And
the
you just do what you have to do to make
yes,
the house run.
to make the house
smoothly.
run, yes.
I feel like with the advancement of women's rights, that blurred the gender roles.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. I mean, I think that's pretty fair to say. I'm getting into my next topic. This is my last one. I promise you. You know I had a lot of topics. So
I didn't know you were gonna go through all of them.
oh yeah. All right. This is the last one. It says as a parent, if you could go back in time and change any technique in raising your son, what would you do differently?
I wouldn't change anything
Mm.
because he saw what a perfect family that he came from.
Mm.
So he's going to follow the same thing that we did, and he's going to do his family that way.
Mm.
But
And I
what?
see that
That's
in
what
him
both
now.
both parents in the house.
Mhm.
Yes,
Okay.
both parents in the house.
Well, see, for me, that's hard for me to say because I was a single mom. Me, I would give more affirmations. You know what I mean? To let him know that you can do whatever, or be excited at the little things, like bring in your little cup home with your flower. And I talked to Elijah about this.
Mother's Day.
You know, for any day,
Okay.
if you made something, just being happy for him because those are the things that he's going to remember. Those are the things that he's going to look for in a woman. You know, and growing up, just I guess what I would give is more affirmation. You know,
Okay.
making him know that he king. Oh, you was a little prince, but now you king. So just letting him know that.
That's true.
That's something that I would definitely change.
I don't know if I would have changed anything either. I mean, they have to see good and bad, and in order to be able to make decisions later on in life.
Up and
And
down.
they can't see a perfect world all the time, and we weren't perfect. But I think we had a pretty happy household, and I don't know if I would have changed anything, really. I don't know if you want me to change anything. Want me to change anything?
He like, yeah, I get back to you on that.
Let's whip it.
Maybe a bigger house. I don't know what you
man.
Nah,
want.
she wasn't the whipping person. She was the punishment person. Man. I wish she was the whipping person.
Yeah.
No punishments hurt. Punishments hurt, man.
I couldn't even believe what he said to me, you know, because they had this thing they were talking about, and they said, oh, who was the better parent with punishment or something? And they said, their dad. And I was like, really? I thought I was the better one, but they said no, because I used to punish. And when I said you're on punishment, I didn't give like a specific time frame. I said you're on
That's what I
punishment. And that lasted till whenever I was ready to end it.
which was usually like 2 days later. But my father, he put me on punishment for one time for 2 weeks, and that lasted the whole 2 weeks, man. And I was sitting there like, what? The whole 2 weeks?
You ain't ready yet?
Yeah.
That's pretty light. 2 weeks. That's it. Like,
But my mother, she's like, you don't punch me until further notice. And then you just give her the sad face.
We taught
still
them
got the face.
manipulation. You see that? We taught them manipulation. You know, we look this way. Yeah.
Mommy, I did this, but
yeah,
mommy, yes.
This worked before. It's effective. I'm gonna use it
You
again.
make a little card. You know?
All right, Drew, what we talking about?
All right. My first topic is this one is a scenario. Let's say your son has a girlfriend, but he has a girl in his room, but the girlfriend comes knocking on the door. What do you do, mama?
That side chick would go out the window.
Yes.
Because the main girl is at the door. And if mama likes that girl, the
Thank
side
you.
chick is going
Yes,
out
But how did
the
you let the
window.
side chick get in the house in the
First
first
thing,
place?
that
Well,
would
I have to make my
be-
son happy.
Oh,
really?
Like, you know what I'm saying?
But the first thing,
Take notes.
the first thing, by the time I know that the side chick was there,
She gotta go.
go. Yeah, I wasn't
definitely.
allowing that. I'm sorry.
But are y'all telling? Are y'all telling the
I'm
girl?
telling you, no, I'm getting into that.
She
But
not
I
even getting
would,
into-
but I would make sure
We gonna
that
have to
she.
let me make sure he home. Y'all sit right here. Sit in.
Yeah.
Or maybe no. We gotta run to the room real quick, and the girl gotta go out the window.
Okay.
She gotta go hide in my bedroom until we can get the real one in, and then she gotta go.
What if y'all don't like the girlfriend?
Oh man,
and-
she's staying at the door.
He not even home. Like, yo, he not even home. Like,
He not here. Did you call him? He got a cell phone, you know.
All right. I wasn't expecting that. I love all that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, loyalty. You know what I'm saying?
He like loyalty.
If your son dates outside his race, how would you react?
I'm okay with it as long as they're treating him good.
Right.
As long as
your
he's
son is
happy, I'm good.
Yes.
I
Don't matter.
knew he was gonna go with that answer too. Like,
Yeah.
Because You can't put happiness on a race or a nationality. You can't. What's happy for me, what's good for me, may not be good for him. You know, but just as long as he's looking for love and that person is giving him that love, I'm happy.
Okay.
So that's all races.
It don't matter to me.
Alien and all.
Hey.
It's only one, you know, we're not even going to talk about it. We talked about that in the other room. We're not going to talk about that. Everybody would feel that same way.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know. I think it's like a mother thing. I think y'all more. I don't know, because I think me as a parent, I think I would feel a way until I genuinely get to know the person. You get what I'm saying? Because I'm already thinking about the discomfort it is going to be for my black daughter or black son when they go to this. I think like black people accept everything mostly, but when you go to these white homes, it's a little bit more uncomfortable for us. You know what I'm saying? So I'm wondering how they gonna, you know,
is it really
what's
genuine?
What's that movie? Get Out. You know what I'm saying? I don't want my, you know what I mean? Not saying it's gonna be like that, that tragic, but you know what I'm saying? Like you go and they're like, oh hey, you know what I mean? It's just
your child is an adult, and they will figure it out for themselves. Yeah,
I don't think black people are accepting other. You remember on that Bernie Mac movie? What was it House Guest? With Ashton Kutcher, when his daughter brought home a white guy. You remember?
Yeah, but the mother was nurturing to it.
All right, but the guys is the one that's gonna be. Like,
and that's what I'm saying. Me as a father, I feel like I'm thinking about everything
that comes with that.
Yeah. Because
I feel like the women are more accepting.
That's good. I've never looked at it like that.
Yeah.
You know, I'm just knowing that he's happy. You know what I mean? I'm not looking at later on down the road how they're going to look at you. But with saying that, you're going to have obstacles everywhere.
Yeah.
So we're going to have to teach our grandbabies, don't worry about that. You still hold your head up.
True.
You understand?
Yeah.
Your grandma don't like you, she all right. We're going to pray for her, and we're going to keep it moving because you got grandma right here that's got your back.
Yeah.
So I understand what you're saying, and I never really looked at it like that.
Yeah.
But nowadays,
I think we're just too accepting of stuff, black folks.
Well,
so I guess that's
true.
why we accept most things, but they have to learn to stand on their own feet and they will figure it out. If it's not gonna work,
it's not.
I mean, still to this day, black people are like the most forgiving people on the planet. You know what I mean? We're still forgiving and still getting stepped on while we're forgiving.
But guess what? If he dates outside the race, then we having a little more of the other ones coming in and learning how to be forgiven.
I mean, okay. I mean, you know, in theory, that's how it should happen, right?
Right.
That's how it should happen in theory. Like, you know what I mean?
Yes.
So, okay.
All right, which brings me to my next topic. What difference do you see from modern day men and women from now from, I guess we say, back in the days, in y'all time?
What difference?
Yeah. Y'all think it's all the same, or
no? It's
a
big difference. Like you said,
like
it goes
they
back
trying to think of what, like, there's like a list.
And y'all got to be polite. Y'all can let us know
if go back to the respect.
Yeah, I was about to say that.
It's the respect is different. That although that man was unhappy, had 15 kids, he still came home, and he still provided for the home. We're talking about before I was born. I was just swimming, but when he came home, he had everything was done for him. Though he didn't want to be there. There's too many kids. He didn't think about it. But I
got 3. I don't want to be there for them in the house.
We're not gonna get on you. We're not getting on you. Anyhow, so it's the respect. You know, it's
they're going on the whole totally different path. We had structure. We had there's nothing now. I don't know.
There's no church. There's none of that. Church, that's a joke.
Church
now.
is a joke. They don't know what that is.
It kind of is because you know the way everything is in church, but there's no faith, you know, in society now. So
people used to live for love. You know, but now people's
the love of money.
Money.
That's true.
That's what they want.
I remember I was telling y'all that back in the day, when we see like adults, we have more respect for them than kids these days. Like walking down the street, and somebody told you, "Hey, what are you doing there?" You be like, you would say something under your breath, but you'll keep it pushing.
You could never talk to
these days, man. I'm like, what you say, old man? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Be ready to be there.
They wouldn't dare. The old folks wouldn't dare say anything to the younger folks.
The old folks are scared to say anything to
That's
these young
because
folks now, man.
the government took all our rights away. We can't discipline our child. You know, they lost respect for us. Oh, you hit me, I'm calling 911. And then the mother gets taken from the child gets taken out the home and put in somebody else's home where they are more messed up in that other home. So
and the cycle begins.
Yeah,
I didn't even think about that. That is true, like because. There would be times I wish when I was younger, I wish I could have called the cops.
I know you didn't think about it, right? I don't think they thought about it. I know they didn't think about it either. Because we were like, okay, if you want to go live someplace else, go right ahead. You don't call the 911.
If you did something
you're
here,
gonna come back, right?
You did something here, and Miss Mary seeing you, you was getting beat by Miss Mary, and then
then
Miss Mary you getting whipping in. So they don't have that anymore.
That is true. That is true.
You know, they used to say it takes a village to raise a child. But there's no village.
There's no village anymore.
The village is gone. Everybody's for themselves now.
And you always had that one woman in that window.
Oh my goodness.
That's
so
Miss Jenkins.
Miss Jenkins, yes.
Was that woman from
She
Trapped
gonna
in the
make
Closet?
sure she tell your mother what you did.
The woman from Trapped in the Closet with the spatula.
I ain't see that in so long, bro. Like, I think that one thing is, I grew up thinking like love was unconditional. You know what I mean? Then when I got to be an adult, I realized love is very much conditional. Like if I'm not providing these resources, my woman will very much find somebody else that will.
Leave
like,
you
know what I'm
ASAP.
saying? Like,
Say how it is.
When the pandemic happened, I know a lot of divorces happened as well because, it was a situation that nobody expected. And the people couldn't keep up with the money, like and it's like, yo, if you can't provide this for me, then I'm gone, like you know what I mean. So
I don't think the women was as ruthless back then as they are now.
No,
they
we
just, because you ain't getting their nails done consistently, they ready to leave you. But you could be taking care of everything at home, but their priorities is on how you making them look when they go outside. So this is why you got men like, how you expect me to keep going through all this?
Like I gotta pay everything.
The thing is, don't start something you can't finish.
I
can't.
Wait a minute, hold on. Before I got married, I did willing counseling. I did it because I wanted to see exactly what they said. Now, he told me straight up. He's like, look, if you're doing all of this now, don't wait and say I do and don't want to do it no more. So whatever you started, my husband know if I want to get my nails done or something like that, go ahead. Because that's what he started. Now, I started going out with him. He just got lazy and don't want to go out no more. But he's comfortable. So I'm okay with that.
I got a horrible reply for this because, like, look, I could sit here and say women accepted men for cheating and then expected them to change, you know what I mean? And they changed
that happened back in the days because women were at home, they had to depend on the men and they had to accept it.
He talking about women these days.
They
accept the cheating.
You meet them and they know you got a whole baggage and this, that, and another, and then they be like, oh, well, now you mind, you gotta.
Yeah, that's because they're desperate for something that it's hard to find now.
I think, you said about if you started doing it, if you can't do it no more. You said something in the lines.
Don't start if you can't finish.
That goes to the video I even sent you where the woman was like, yo, you used to buy me Gucci this, Gucci that. And he's like, yo, babe, I'm trying to build a future for us. I used to spoil you, but now I'm worried about our future. Oh,
right,
but if you can't do that, then what?
There was no communication.
I'm only going to do this temporarily.
No. There's no communication. See, if you're going to stop doing one thing for me,
at least
let me know what you're doing. We building now? All right, cool. We build it. Don't just stop and don't do it. And then
what
expect.
Are you doing with the money? We're doing something else with the money.
Thank you. So if you stop for a reason, babe, you know what? Can we do this?
But that girl, that specific girl didn't even want to hear that. Like, she didn't want to hear that.
She said that's an excuse.
And that's the the modern woman that we have to do it.
And that's what I'm learning about the women of today because they don't have this critical thinking skills.
They
Yeah.
just
They
want,
don't. They want. That's all because they
want.
see somebody else, and that's what they want. So they don't know love.
I'm pretty sure they mama or they father did not teach them that.
Right.
This is a new game. This is not. You can be raised properly, and then once you out on your own, you're a whole new animal nowadays. You get what I'm saying? Like it doesn't matter how you're raised now, because they going in these streets and they seeing the next girl how she getting it. You know what I'm saying?
Or they on social media and they dictating their relationship based on what Jay-Z and Beyonce or Kim and Kanye is doing, and they looking at that as, well, he must really love her if he spent $3 million on a ring. Like not knowing that the value of the ring doesn't dictate the value of the love.
Not to mention that $3 million is $3 to him. That's not $3 to me. That's $3 million to me.
And a lot of TV shows also, what they see what these women are doing on the TV shows.
Right.
You know, they want to be like that.
TV's ruining a lot of relationships too.
But yet they still want that traditional man.
Right.
They do. Somewhere deep in them, they do want that. And it's all good.
They're saying they want the traditional man.
Right, but what they're saying and what they're contributing is two different things.
But they be respecting these, no disrespect to any other race, but these, like, if they dating a white guy or Asian guy or one of those guys, they don't get they're not pressured as much as a black man. You get what I'm saying? Like, if he said that, I'm like, I don't see them getting stressed out. The women seem more understanding to them and respectful to them on things that I see. I'm not sure. I'm not in that type of relationship, but where you see a black man, you always gotta keep.
But that goes to the trauma. Like, remember I was telling y'all, like, there's that trauma that black men and black women have for each other. So when they do date outside their race, because they don't have that trauma, they are differently. Like, so for example, if there's women that's very much, strong, independent, I don't need a man for nothing, that's only for the black man.
Yeah.
Once the Asian man or anybody else, then their feminine nature comes out more. They're not always trying to combat you, like, you know what I mean? So
And
it's
that's
just
true.
like, it's a different vibe that I see when I see, people, even with black men do the same thing when they date
even
outside.
approaching a black woman just to say hello nowadays.
It's
Why are you in my
offensive, yeah.
face? Or get out of here or whatever. I see a white dude, they like, hello, oh yes, enjoy your day. Like, damn, what I do to you?
That is true. Like, yeah.
They want that man that's going to open the door.
And just because
I can be that man if you're that woman. You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be that woman for me to be that man.
Right.
But it shouldn't take somebody else doing something for you to already be what you are.
True, but
chew on that.
But
chew
all right,
on
but
that.
listen to this. Listen to this. If I'm that man, right?
Then be that man.
And I approach a woman, and the reception to me being that man is not great, and then I do that 3 more times, and it's the same reception. Why would I still be that man?
Why not?
Because
It's
it's
not working.
Right, it is effective. It's building your character. Okay, no problem. You don't like who I am. I'm
Or it's
cool
destroying
because-
his confidence.
It shouldn't destroy your confidence because that confidence is in you.
Rejection destroys confidence. When you're constantly getting rejected by the same group of women that's supposed to love you, you might go out and venture out with another race that will accept you. Like, you know what I mean?
Off the first shot, hello. You like,
Yeah,
oh shit, I like
it's
it
a
over here.
conversation, like,
Let me come back. Spin the block one more
You
time.
will find someone who would accept you. Don't worry.
Yeah,
You just
that's
keep
what I'm
going.
saying.
Just keep going
See,
and stay the way you are.
You guys, it's hard for me to look at color, and I'm being honest because my father's white.
Right.
My grandpa was white, so it's like I didn't notice, and I was telling Elijah, I really honestly didn't see black and white until a couple of years ago. Believe it or not, because I don't look at it. I just think you got a bad attitude. To me, you know what I mean. I'm optimistic.
Yeah.
I think everybody has good in them. Well, I don't care what color you are, but now when I talk to him, I'm like, wow, I'm just noticing those things. So I guess that's why I can come from. Don't let that bother you. You know how much you get kicked down?
Yeah.
I don't care what. Okay, you don't speak to me. Somebody will. It's okay. So that's why I said it's in you. Don't let it. Don't stop being who you are. Yeah, they don't like you. All right, cool. That's your loss. That's your loss.
Got you.
So don't stop being that man that mom raised you to be and dad raised you to be. Just all right, well, that's your loss. You go kick rocks.
That's a gem. That's a gem, man. You drop your gems. All right. Which leads me to my first topic. What do you think is the most important thing for a man and woman to know in order to have a successful relationship?
I tell Elijah all the time, communication is key.
Okay.
Don't go to bed angry. And sometimes you gotta go to bed angry just to get through your own stuff. You have to. But talk about it.
Talk about it.
Talk about it. Ain't no sense. I'm not going nowhere.
Talk to each other and not to your friend. Don't talk to Elijah. Don't talk to David. Talk to your girl.
Right. And after you talk to your girl and you get that through, and then you can
go
talk to your boy.
Your relationship is between you and no one else. Because you listen to your friend and your friend tells you.
Oh, don't pay her no money.
Put David out. When he get home, have his bag packed. But that's the same friend 2 weeks later going to try to holler at David.
It's a possibility.
And
I might let it in because you just kicked me out.
But that's what I think. Communication
is key.
Just talking about. I'm talking about from the roaches to the ants. I'm talking all the way from A to Z.
You know why it's so hard for us? Well, I think men communicate a lot. I think then that just brings in our generation of men. I feel like at least the people I know, like even the men that sit at this table, we communicate a lot.
Well, yeah.
And then you get the situation when women, if you bring up a problem, you're complaining, and then they don't want to take accountability for whatever you approach them about. I'm not wrong, or it's not that serious.
It's your fault.
It's your fault. You acting like a girl.
Exactly. You know what I mean? So that's why it's kind of so hard.
They would say you're acting like a bitch.
Hey, I ain't want to say the word. Yeah. You got it. You said it. You got it.
But that's the hard part.
Yeah. Now that is true because, there'll be times where I'm like, my mom always has stressed to me communication. So that's real big to me, communication. So when I have something that I dislike about something, I try to express it. Sometimes, that person doesn't want to express it back. They're quiet or whatever the case is. I'm like, we need to work on that.
I'm a silent girl. I stop talking, and then my husband will have to be the big guy, to come home and say, okay, what's going on, or bring up the elephant in the room or whatever. So I'm the silent person that would give you the silent treatment.
But you do talk eventually.
But eventually I'll talk.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And it's okay. It's not saying that you don't talk. It's just when when you've calmed down enough and that you can say words that's not going to hurt you, because just give me a minute. And I used to tell them a lot.
Are you more vocal when you're right, though?
That's all I'm saying. So what about when you're wrong?
When I'm wrong?
Yeah.
Am I ever wrong?
Oh, my God.
That's the problem.
Yeah, because women are, I'm going to say, we're more critical thinkers. So we see things that you don't see. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong.
How long will he get the quiet treatment?
Exactly, right? That could go on for a while. Yeah, I don't know.
And that's how they flip it.
That's not, yes.
See?
So do you feel like, so when you are wrong, do you feel like you was wrong, or would you apologize, or would you be like, well, my feelings were justified because X, Y, and Z?
You answer that one for me. Knowing your mother, what do I do?
You gonna put me on the spot like that? Why you call Jason, man?
Oh, I can phone a friend now.
Right now.
Me personally, I apologize. I have to, because I want him to when he wrong.
See, that's what I'm saying. That's all you asked for right there.
But you asking us.
Because they ain't listen to us at home.
Right?
Somebody else got to say it. Because they don't receive it coming from us.
Yeah.
Okay.
They get defensive when we say it. They be like, but let another person say it.
All I'm saying is, treat me how you would like to be treated.
Yeah.
So if you would like to
be treated, because they done been treated like how they act. I don't want to call them names, but they don't know. These young girls nowadays, they don't know how to be treated like a queen, because all they see is fictitious stuff. So when you coming to them, opening doors, walking on the outside near the street, they don't know how to respond to that, because all they've been treated, the way they've been treated, was just as a nobody. Let's say it like that.
But at least they had something to look at while growing up. Most,
You talking about
mothers was always home. You get what I'm saying? Whether it was the right impression to follow, but it was harder for men because it wasn't no fathers at home. So we didn't know how to be men. So now we're learning.
Or how
and
to
we're
treat a
trying
woman,
Yeah,
yeah.
how to treat a woman. It's harder for us, and we still get shot down no matter what. You know what I mean? Whether that mom was the perfect mom, they still had something to imitate. We had nothing to imitate.
Well, that's why you got what you have, because they're imitating the mom that's home.
Yeah.
You know that they're not.
Unfortunately, Yeah, that's what they had.
Yeah. So you guys have anything to add about what you should know to have a successful relationship?
I
Communication
think
is
communication
key.
is key. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Communication.
All right.
Love.
Mm-hmm.
And love. Okay. True love.
Definitely true
Yes.
love,
True love.
unconditional love.
Mm-hmm.
That
That's
don't exist.
hard.
That
It
don't
does
exist.
exist.
That don't
It
exist.
does.
That do not.
It only-
in this. Nah, I don't.
Oh, see, in
Everything
your
is
generation.
conditional.
Yeah, it doesn't.
Everything is
In your
conditional.
generation, that's because there's.
There's one or two people out there. Don't
Yeah,
worry.
there
You just gotta
is.
find that
One or
person.
two.
You gotta
Yeah.
find a needle in
Hey,
that
hey,
haystack.
billion.
9 out of 10, that person blind or handicapped.
Oh boy.
You gotta love them because they can't
Hey, exactly.
They can't even see me.
That's
but they can feel.
They can
only
feel.
They feel you.
I
Yeah.
see
Now
that.
you got braille on your skin. Like,
Oh,
and
man.
they gonna know that that one gray hair. They gonna feel it. See, you got it now.
That
out
one
here.
is knowledge, right?
Well, I guess your soulmate's blind, man. I don't know.
It's a possibility.
See, love is blind. Go
All
ahead.
right, bring me into my next topic. Why do you think relationships lasted longer back in the day than now?
Because, like I said, the mom was home, the dad was working. I guess there was maybe the gender roles were more defined at that time, and I guess people probably had more respect for the institution of marriage too, and they buy into it. They say this is my husband, this is my wife, and they
value it,
they
yeah.
value it. They're there till death do us part.
That's when vows actually meant something.
When they meant something, yeah.
Got you.
So are you saying that gender roles helped the relationship?
The times are different now, like I said, because my mom and dad is outside the home, but back then that's what it was. You know, the things change, so you got to evolve with the change or evolve. So you got to go with whatever is happening at the time.
Right.
So, so then communication now comes plays a big part in today's relationships. Because I don't know, it didn't play a part then, but it should be more focused now because it's best to talk about things more instead of letting things fester and grow and everybody have their own thoughts, talk about things and get things settled and make decisions together, I think back then maybe the man was the one to I guess maybe the man make more financial decisions and the women maybe and the children and the household stuff, but now you have to come together and everybody has to put a head together about everything that's going on in the relationship, the family or whatever,
You know what you made me just notice?
Well,
What you saying that? You're saying once women got money, they started showing their ass. That's what I heard, Mom. That's what I heard. That's what I heard through all that. I was like, oh,
yeah,
that's,
you see,
that's
all
what
I said, that's
listening to.
all you heard. That's all you got from that?
I'm
Oh
just
my
saying.
God.
I'm like, you just put them on blast politely.
No.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I get that too. Because you're saying the gender roles is much more defined. And then once women stepped outside of those gender roles and wanted to be, have the same roles as men, then marriages fell apart. Like, you know what I mean?
They fall apart.
You have to leave social media alone.
I mean, yeah, that's.
I was just
No,
gonna say
okay, so
that
there's
too.
a lot of influence out there,
A
yes.
lot of influence with social media. People putting everything up on social media. You can't.
And I mean, I guess in your dating, you have to date with a purpose, not just to get some butt. You know what I mean? You have to, at this age, you have to date for somebody that's going to be a good mother, your Bonnie to the Clyde.
Mhm.
Somebody that's going to do or die for you, and that's creating a friendship. So back then,
That
they
doesn't
kind of
exist, Ma.
It does, yes,
does.
it does. You got to
I
date with a
know you
purpose
will
that she
find
said,
it.
yeah.
What's that conceited face? You just,
I know you. I know you can find it. I know you will find it. You got to work on you. Work on you. Figure out what you want. How you want to build. What you want to build. And when you're in that relationship, I'm trying to build an empire. Where are you? I'm. Let's.
women
let's
ain't trying to
cut
build no empire.
All right,
like,
then. So
What
then
they're
you
trying
move
to
on
do.
to the next
they
one.
want they want you to have the
No.
empire so they could they get
They
go
walk right in.
No,
But that's not the right
no,
woman.
that's not. Thank
Yes,
you. Because
yes.
what the right
Find the right
woman
one.
is going to want to
I
build
want
with
to
you.
build with you.
The women that want to build with you is them independent women that don't need you. Like, you know what I mean?
Then they don't want to build with you. They want to build
They
over
want to build
you.
with you as long as you a certain way. Like, you gotta be.
They want to be controlling to you.
Yeah, they want to be the man in the relationship basically, and you helping them build. Like,
And I don't think men have a problem with letting women control what's going on in the house.
No.
I think it's when you just try to control everything and you don't feel like you have to communicate your decision with one another. Because, I mean, even back in traditional times, I feel like men always spoke, what you need for this and what you need for that and da-da-da, and everything was
Right.
like, and the woman would tell them what they need and what's the responsibilities. Now it's just no communication. Like, women make their money, keep their money. The man make their money and spend their money.
Yeah, your money is her money, and her money is her money. Like,
Yeah.
so it's
Yeah,
like,
your money is our money.
Yes.
Mhm.
I mean,
Happy wife, happy life, right?
yeah, I don't like that. So,
no,
I wouldn't say
no.
that that's not good.
That's not it. All right, getting into my last topic. What's the hardest part about being a mother of a black man in these times?
Watching my son David going out the door and not sure if he's coming back home.
That's my main thing. I be calling him. I called you. Why you ain't calling me back? I start to think like, oh my God, did he? Because he got him out. You're not gonna just like. I don't care. You're not gonna just say anything to me because I'm gonna come back at you, and that's my fear. Because you guys are raised to stand up for yourself. So me, I'm like, okay, I hear a
didn't
police
ring.
car. You ain't text me? Because he know I'm like, yo, I called you. He'll send me a little message. I'll call you back. All right, I know you okay. I know you're all right. I don't know what might happen. So hearing fire trucks and the way the police are treating y'all now, that's scary to me.
It was back
know?
then, too. I think that's just on
Yeah.
camera, too.
Yeah. But
Yeah, it's much more captured now. Like,
Yeah, but what if you're on the sideline and ain't nobody captured?
Mm-hmm.
You understand?
that's
I mean,
grass.
we thank you. So therefore, I don't know where you at. I don't hear from you. I know I could be a little too much sometimes. I just want to make sure you good. You good? We ain't got to talk. A message. I'm cool with that. I know you are right. But don't forget to holler at me later. Let me hear your voice because I know you say hello. He know me too. If I say hello a certain kind of way, he be like, "What's wrong, ma?" You understand? So when I hear him say, or his silence, I know something wrong. What's up? And I'll wait and let him tell me whatever he needs to tell me. But my faith helps me stay calm with him. And knowing that he's gonna come home. I think that's my biggest fear is when you guys are out there. If I don't see y'all on the daily rap, oh, hi, they good. Yo, how your boys doing? Because I ask about you. I want to know that you guys are okay. Not just him, but anybody he's connected to. I want to make sure that you guys are okay because these police are vicious out here.
True.
And that's to me that's the hardest thing about today and our sons.
Definitely.
Take it, you agree? Okay.
Totally.
Well, yeah, I have to agree. That is the hardest part because every time you turn on the news, it's like a new case.
Another child dying.
And not that we nagging you. We're not nagging. We just want to make sure. So next time y'all see us call or whatever, send a text. I'll call you back. But it's not like we aggravating you. We just want to make sure that y'all are alive.
Ma, I'm okay.
Mom, okay. And when you guys have sons, you guys will feel the same exact way. The way you at. Good? All right, cool.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Because you're in your 30s, like we're not worrying. Maybe not worrying as much, but we still worry. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think I worry a little more now because he is older,
Yeah.
than when he was little because he was in my care.
mm.
So now that he's on his own, it's like,
Ventured on.
yeah, you all right? Oh God, did he meet some crazy woman that didn't like what he said and she tried to, it's all
They out there. They ain't just the police. Them ladies crazy. Just minding our business. They attacking us.
Why
You
another
gotta-
girl called you? Are
You gotta
you
watch
kidding?
out for everything.
Yes, you do.
All right, well, that's the last of my topics.
Yep, I'm done.
You did both your scenarios, right?
Yeah. No, it was the last one.
Oh yeah, I got this
Yeah.
is the last one before we wrap up. It's a little quick one. So I think I heard on one of my homeboys was on the radio, and it was a situation where he called his dad, and he was like, "Yo, Dad, I just I killed somebody. Like, what do I do? This, that, and the third." And in that scenario, his dad was like, "Yo, you know what? I got."
Hey, don't tell him what happened. Just ask them.
Oh, all right. You're right, because I want to persuade it. But in that situation, if your sons called you and said, "You know what? Something killed somebody by accident. Like, what do I do, Mama?" What's your first instinct?
But
You want to ask me?
I always tell them, don't let your first phone call be to me when you get into trouble.
Oh,
No, just
so you're
kidding.
not the ride or die, Mom? Oh man.
No, just kidding. But first, you got to find out where they are. You got to go and you have to go and help them. You have to. I mean, that's your child. You have to go and find out
But are you helping me hide the body?
Oh, God.
I would think and maybe start praying.
We don't need no prayers.
For us
We
to
need
make
to
the right
move.
decision.
I need a shovel.
No, I would probably walk you into the precinct.
Oh, damn.
I wasn't expecting this from you. How dare you?
He right here. Yeah, he did it.
I don't know. I can't say that. I don't. I won't.
You can't what?
I won't.
You can't what?
Welcome to the precinct. But I'm gonna make you think. Okay, why'd you do it? What do you really, son? It was an accident, right?
Right.
All right. So if it was an accident, let's just say it was an accident. Let's just.
They're
tell
not
them it's
gonna
an
believe me. We out. Let's get the shovel and we out.
No.
Them shooting me gonna be an accident.
You just said
It was an accident.
you black men and police don't get along. We
I
can't
know
go to
that.
the
I-
police.
yes, I'm going with you.
We on the so we on the
It's a-
oh you
They're gonna beat both our ass now, mama.
Now we both arrested. Like, you was an accessory, like yeah.
Exactly.
It wasn't the
You call
key
your mom to be an
word.
accessory?
See, the key word is
Right.
accident. You know.
Actually, you still going to jail.
Yeah, but that's why you gotta get that good lawyer.
Yeah, lawyer.
Yeah,
Exactly.
you gotta get that
Our
lawyer.
moral of the story is we going to jail, y'all.
No. Moral of the story is we ain't calling them. We call each other.
One call wise.
But then you know what? You in jail and your mother in jail too.
Who knows? I ain't calling.
we
You
I'm gonna call Ra and Tata from up the block. You heard?
gotta go another route on this one. Man.
Nah, I'm thinking. I'm like, yo, son, but really, you're not gonna tell? Why not?
See, I'm disappointed.
I ain't trying to hear
Because
that.
you know what? I know Jay would have my back. Like Jay would have my
That
back.
my
You know what I'm
husband?
saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Roll them up in the carpet.
Cut it up, boy. You took the one from the house, baby. We put down
Roll them
laminate.
up in the carpet.
Yeah, I feel my pops would probably come and help me. I think so.
What about, man? Like, you need to ride or dies, man.
Hey, look.
The mothers think too much.
We
man.
we
guess
do.
so,
We
I
do. We
guess so.
scary,
We
man.
Police stop like, where you going tonight? Oh, my son just got a body of
He right there too. Like, yeah, I know where you live. But, yo, anyway, that was a great episode. We appreciate y'all coming on the show.
Yes,
It was
indeed.
definitely good to hear, a mother's perspective on a lot of the modern day topics that we have. As always, we appreciate y'all viewing us. Make sure y'all like, subscribe, share this. We need this to reach out to as much people as possible. As well as Instagram, TikTok. Make sure y'all follow us, Daily Wrap Up Crew. Man, we be active on this, so make sure y'all give us a follow.
Yes, indeed. And happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there.
Yep,
man.
yep.
Happy Mother's Day.
And all the
all.
beautiful mothers in the
Happy
room.
Mother's Day, everyone.
Thank you.
We off this, you know what I mean?